29. First one now. Yama, self-restraint or discipline. Niyama or virtuous principles to live by. Asana or maintaining a comfortable posture that is both steady and firm, as well as comfortable and easy. The word asana does not refer to a set of physical postures alone, as it is commonly understood, but to a steady and moderate lifestyle. Pranayama or management of life force by means of regulating one's breath. Pratyahar or voluntarily withdrawal from the excesses in any form. Dharana or contemplation. Dhyana or meditation. And samadhi, equanimity or enlightenment. These are ashtanga or the 8 limbs of yoga to enable one live attentively or meditatively. He starts with the first one is yama, self-restraint or discipline. A lot of people, they dread this word, discipline. I want to follow spirituality. What kind of discipline? Spirituality is about freedom. When we were growing up as babies, we were disciplined. We were told when and how to go to toilet, when to pass urine. Everything was discipline. Otherwise, we would be still urinating everywhere. It starts with discipline. You cannot do anything without discipline. Yes, it is about freedom from ignorance. And to attain to freedom from ignorance, you have to start with discipline. And having said that, discipline, then the second one is niyama. Now what should we do? What should I refrain from doing? What should I avoid? And what should I adopt? Those are the two. And asana, normally we translate it as postures, yogic postures. But Patanjali means something else. It is not only yogic postures, not the physical postures, but also the posture, the condition of your mind. And then next he's talking about pranayama. Pranayama is regulating of the life force. So pranayama is not about breathing. It's about the regulation of life force. Prana is life force, not breath. Regulation of life force using your breathing. So breathing is used as a tool to regulate your life force. And then the next one is pratyahar. Pratyahar is voluntarily withdrawal from the excesses in any form. You know when to stop eating. You know when to stop having sex. You know when moderation. You know when to do anything not in excess. So it's not about withdrawal from the senses, totally, no. But to have moderation and to withdraw voluntarily. Nobody is telling you. Patanjali is not around. He is not going to pass any sanction upon you. And he is not threatening you. If you don't follow this, you go to hell. No. There is no hell and heaven in yogic philosophy. Whatever you do, you bear the consequence. You do good things, you have a good result. You do bad things, you have the bad consequence. So, there is no hell and heaven other than of your own creation. We are all creating our own hell and heaven. And so, this is not something that is forced upon you. You have to know your own level. How much can you take it? How much can you eat? How much can you fast? Everything has to be moderate. That is pratyahar. And dharana or contemplation, dhyana or meditation. You see the whole thing about this ashtanga yoga, about the 8 limbs of yoga. There is not a single mention of the word concentration. And even today somebody was writing to me, asking me about concentration and meditation. Why I cannot concentrate when I am meditating. Meditation is not about concentration. It is not. And that's what we have been doing every Thursday. If you are here on Thursday, you'll experience that. And samadhi or equanimity. Now the eighth one, the Ashtanga Yoga is also 8 limbs, but actually samadhi is the outcome of all these. After meditation, the 7th limb, the outcome of all this is samadhi. The outcome is equanimity. And that is when you can start practicing yoga or meditation 24/7. It is not just about having certain hours for yoga, certain hours for meditation, and then life as usual. No. Your whole life changes. Your whole attitude, your whole outlook towards life, everything undergoes a drastic change. You become a new person, and at that point, you are said to have attained to samadhi, to equanimity. 30. We are coming to the first one, yama, the discipline. Ahimsa or non-injury, satya, truthfulness or abstention from falsehood, asteya, non-stealing or non-misappropriation, brahmacharya or avoiding sexual misconduct. This implies sexual restraint and use of conserve energy to become more creative and to gain a strong willpower, and aparigraha, non-possessiveness or not holding on the non-essentials. This is an injunction against being greedy. These are yamas, vows for self-restraint or self-discipline. First one, the first limb. We are going one by one. First is ahimsa or non-injury. Non-injury is not just refraining from eating meat. It is non-injury by your thoughts, not just non-injury by your actions, by your words. So being non-violent in thoughts, words and actions. But it also does not mean that you just take everything on yourself just like that. No. If you have to defend yourself, yoga is very clear, Bhagavad Gita is clear, another treatise which is equally important, that to defend yourself, if you must take up arms, take up arms. Ahimsa is an ideal, non-violence is an ideal. You must always strive to become non-violent. If somebody is trying to kill you, and then you say, okay, just kill me, I am here, that is not yoga also. So you have every right to defend yourself because this body is not given you just like that. You have worked on it, for it. And you must preserve this body to attend to the purpose that it has been given you for. So it is not a stupid non-violence. It's a very intelligent non-violence, ahimsa. Ideal is non-violence. I must try my level best, my utmost, to become non-violent in my thoughts, words and deeds. But if at any point I must defend myself, I shall defend myself. Satya, truthfulness or abstention from falsehood. Always try to be truthful, always try to speak the truth. But at the same time, there are also other injunctions related to this, that sometimes the truth has to be capsulated, just like a medicine. Just like a medicine. So, if you tell somebody the truth like that, he may not like it. So, put it in the capsule. It's the same medicine, it's still bitter, but the capsule makes you not feel the bitterness of the medicine. So, there are different ways of looking at things. But basically it is not to resort to falsehood, to always try to be truthful. And then asteya, non-stealing or non-misappropriation. Don't steal. Don't steal is not just stealing, taking something from here, no. But non-stealing also mean not to deprive somebody else from his rights. If somebody is rightful to own something, you don't indulge, you don't enter into competition. unnecessary competition to make him lose. If it is his work and he must get the benefit from that, then let him get the benefit. You don't come in the way. Brahmacharya, or avoiding sexual misconduct. This implies sexual restraint and use of the conserved energy to become more creative and to gain a strong willpower. Here is about sex, the most misunderstood subject in yoga. Yoga is not telling you to repress your sexual desire, no, but to become intelligent, to understand that sex is energy. Either you allow it to go downward, it is in the form of liquid, it is always going downward. When you feel sexy, you just make love or you indulge in some kind of sexual activity, or you become more intelligent and you try to transform this energy into creative energy. So you become more creative, you become stronger in your willpower. And this is again part of the yogic discipline. It is you cannot just take one of this and start practicing. No, you have to practice it comprehensively. Non-possessiveness or not holding on the non-essentials. This is an injunction against being greedy. Do not be greedy, and this is the biggest problem we have in the world today. The states, the countries, nations, people, individual, we hoard so many things which we have no need for. Just look at your cupboard, how many dresses you have, and how many you are actually wearing. You select the same dresses to wear every now and then. You got so many pair of shoes, you got so many dresses which you don't wear. So give them away. Share them with some people who may have need for them. So this is not holding to something that is not essential in your life. This is about what my master would say, keeping a ceiling on your desire. Otherwise there is no end to it. There is absolutely no end. Keep a ceiling on your desire. You have money, you by all means, make money. But my master would always remind us, money is like a shoe. It's too loose, not comfortable. Too tight, not comfortable. So you should have enough for yourself, your family, and to share your blessings with others. You have your filthy rich, people who are filthy rich, believe me, I met many of them in my lifetime, and I have never seen people more unhappy than those who are really filthy rich. When I'm saying filthy rich, I mean really filthy rich. They don't know how much money they have. They don't know how much money they have. And they are unhappy people, unhappy lot of people. So, you should not be in that situation where you have so much that you forget to enjoy. You forget to enjoy. A few days back, one of my old friends, he passed away in the plane. And he had a heart attack. They immediately brought him down and he passed away in the hospital. He could have been, maybe he just passed away in the plane itself. He was always telling me, one day when I have made enough money, I will really go somewhere and just forget about everything. I'll enjoy my money. And he was much older than me. He must be about 75, 76, perhaps 77. He forgot to enjoy his money. He was still making money. He was still going here and there doing business. He died. He died without enjoying his money. The money is the bank. There was a study by somebody in UK, by some institution in UK, that after you have made more than £50,000 a year, this is about a few years back, your happiness level does not go up. After making £50,000 a year, Before making 50,000 pounds a year, you are not very happy. But after 50,000 pounds a year, your happiness level does not go up. So there is a limit to everything. You need money to enjoy, but if you are filthy rich, you forget the enjoyment factor also. So that was the very first part, the very first limb of yoga, and we'll continue next week.